welcome to another audio log, a little bit of a unique one. For anyone that is in America or nearby to the weather system that's been happening, you might have noticed we've had some rain in the south. 28 to 30 inches at my house in particular within 36 hours. Figured I would take some pictures and video of some stuff in the region and put it on here, and it might be interesting. So, here you have our front yard. It should be mentioned that we live on high ground, second highest point in the region, and there's our driveway. We lost a fair bit of the driveway to the drainage got clogged up, and we didn't realize until afterwards. So you can see it eroded a fair bit of the road. This is a day after the rain stopped, and it's still eroding. It did not take too kindly to the driveway there. And it's made out of good material, so it's not you can see how deep it is with me standing in it. Here's a video of me walking around in it. Because why not? Splash, splash, splash. You can see it's still undercutting and eroding away the edge a bit. Yeah, it's been a pretty fun thing. I mean, fun for me. Our house and all is fine, and it's just wet. But the surrounding area has not fared quite as well. College has been shut down for a week's worth of classes. Got Thursday and Friday off, Wednesday and Thursday and Friday off last week, and Monday and Tuesday this week. So that's going to be a bit fun. But let's see. Gonna play a quick news clip of the college campus here, just for the fun of it.
Over on Warhawk Way out at ULM, a sight you just don't see every day. We saw fish swimming down the road. You can see them there. We're not sure exactly what kind of fish they are, but sort of a moment of levity in the newsroom today as all this heavy video and these images have come into the newsroom today. Something you just don't see every day, folks. Fish swimming down the middle of Warhawk Way there. It's something you just don't see.
The audio on that video cuts out right there. That wasn't my doing. But yeah, the college had fish swimming across it. So 2 things I can check off my list before graduation. 1, got a full week of school off because of rain. And 2, saw fish swimming on campus. I should also point out that I'm not trying to make light of recent events, and I know a lot of people have been flooded out of their homes or lost property as a result. So I'm not making fun of anyone, and my heart goes out to these people. And here we have some pictures. The day after the storm, we went into town to look around and see how things were, and I, as always, had my camera on hand. So here you've got some cars driving through the water. Fun fact about driving through the water, if you go slowly, you're less likely to flood out your engine than if you try to rush through it, because the water you see coming up by the sides of your car when you splash through it is also getting splashed onto the engine on the other sides of the tires. So the slower you go, the better you are there. You can see some trailers here that didn't quite flood, but got probably close enough to make their owners quite nervous. Here you've got a road that completely went underwater. Like, that's not a dead end. The road continues and turns, and there's an intersection up there that is no longer visible. You can also see where the water line was. Where the debris stops is how high the water was at one point. So a couple days after this, when the water had receded a bit more, some more roads were opened up, and we started to explore. Thought we'd go up the road to where we heard that a chunk of road had disappeared. So you can see it a little bit from here. A little bit more from here. And apparently some of the drainage culverts got undercut, and road fell in hole, basically. It's quite a big thing, and we had some people moving barricades trying to drive over this, making it collapse even further. If you look, you can see that some of the road pieces that don't have dirt under them have not collapsed yet. And some poor fool is going to try to drive over it and cause it to collapse and get stuck. And the police have become so aggravated by this, they've put up signs now that you will not even be fined if you get caught. They're taking you straight to jail now. It was a $200 fine, then a $400 fine. People kept doing it. Now they're just taking them to jail. Don't know how long, but they're apparently serious because they're tired of people getting stuck. This is all across the northern half of the state. This is the other side of the road where it started to collapse as well, and you can see how far down the water is falling. This is a road nearby that's closed off because, as you can see, it's starting to erode the ground from beneath the road. And this one hasn't collapsed yet, but they're just closing it off, and they don't want people falling in the lake. You can see edges of the shoulder are already falling off. It's going to be an act of figure of speech, an act of Congress, another to fix it up. I don't know how common that figure of speech is, but it just means this is going to be a lot of repair work involved in getting the dirt built back up and the asphalt built back up. It's going to be quite an ordeal. Here you can see some chunks of the road that have fallen in, some more road that's fallen in, and here's some video of it. Just me walking along the edge of the road. You can see pieces of road, some pollen trapped there, a puddle. That's usually just dry ground out there, by the way. I mean, those are trees you see sticking out of the water. I mean, short trees. I mean, the little short one over to the right was a short tree. The things off in the distance are tall trees. I mean, they're different types of trees. See, debris has started to collect there. And it just, something written there. It seems like the shoulder broke off in a straight line, too. I mean, it's just kind of interesting. Here's where it really started to break off. I mean, it's interesting just how perfectly straight the line where the breaks are happened. Let's see. There's something up here. Big old chunk of road. Well, big old chunk of dirt and road. Wonder if they'd complain if I took that home with me. They probably would, but I don't want to pick it up because that looks heavy. Well, and because I'm recording the audio in post, so I can't go back in time. And I'd rather not drive back up there and walk all that way because we had to park the car a fair distance away from this, which is why we're walking. There's some grass. A post. I didn't notice that post until just now. There's where we're going to be zooming into the next video segment up here. This is the spillway. There's a lock system that normally controls the flow of water between the left and right side of the road. They've taken the heads off. They appear to have taken the heads off and just let the water free flow now, and you can see it's just flooding through there. The wind's blowing a fair bit. The water on the left side of the road is actually a good foot higher than the water on the right side of the road still. That on the left is a lake though, so that always has water, and then this lock system is used to control the level and let the water flow through here. This is usually very low and just kind of a trickle through. You can see the channels where the locks would be at. But all that back there is usually just a little creek or a stream with the left and the right above ground. People go down there to fish. But yeah, you can see the water is still going through quite heavily. And this is days later. Well, 2 days later, but yeah. That right there in the middle, that is a tall fence post, and that's the road walking back towards the vehicles. I've been told the water level was about up to that blue highlighter line, but yeah, it's quite an interesting experience for everyone in the area. Set a lot of records. The previous record, at least at our house, was 11 inches in a day, so to get 26 inches in one day and then up to 28 overall was quite a rain. You may notice a couple of my Let's Plays that'll come out at some point that'll have thunder in the background. And was as a result of that. But, yeah, it was quite an interesting experience in the end, and hope you enjoyed listening. If not, well, then you shouldn't have watched this far. Sorry. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.